really suspicious, doesn't it? We took it upon ourselves to go ahead and pinpoint the source of the sound waves. Don't you think this place looks like an automotive service shop? Come on, even I know that we always work in two-man cells. Tell you what, I'll keep watch over the place until someone comes, okay? I'm requesting immediate assistance now.
I've arrived at the service facility that the Tachikoma was talking about.
According to the Atorofu Support Police's database, the registered owner is named Chin. He's the number 2 man in the Yakuza organization that runs the junkyard district. Also, what's this about ultra-high frequency conversations?
I guess the Tachikomas have an ultra-high frequency audio communications band. Come to think of it, did they say something about overhearing a conversation on the way here to Beidou Tado Bay?
No one told me.
I thought we'd file a report after we checked it out a little first.
Don't tell me. You aren't still giving them natural oil, are you, boss?
No, I'm not.
I don't know about you, but personally I'm more worried about those anti-material rifle shells.
We'll look into the Tachikoma's behavior later. For now, find out who was speaking in that conversation that the Tachikoma overheard.
Roger.
Who the hell are you, Jack?
Jack? My name isn't Jack. I believe you've mistaken me for someone else, sir.
Quit talking nonsense, Jack. I'm in no mood for games.
Excuse me, but you're the one who isn't making any sense.
Don't hold back. Waste this thing!
I went through the data that you guys sent me, but it's all vehicle maintenance info. It didn't have anything to do with anti-material rifle bullets. Regardless, considering the weapons these Yakuza hicks were packing, we can't write off the conversation the Tachikoma intercepted as a bug. Maybe we need to do a little more digging into this.
Roger. No doubt about it. This is a think tank hangar.
So, did I do good then?
Combat androids. No one said anything about this.
At any rate, it looks like there's some information they don't want us to know about. Wipe out the enemy giving priority to data collection.
Ishikawa, what do you make of the data I just sent you?
This is their secret set of books. According to the code I cracked, these guys have been getting a wide range of weapons for years. I'll send you the decrypted data.
farmer's market with all this stuff.
It ain't cars that they were working on in here. It's obvious that this was a think tank hangar.
Well, that's a new one on me. I've never heard of combat androids hanging out in a car garage.
What about Chidi? You still don't have any leads on him?
I've already put in a request for assistance from the Otoroku Support Police, but he remains at large. At any rate, leave the scene to forensics. I want you to pull out and come back here.
Roger.
A Tachikoma reported in saying that a man removed a device of some sort from the public phone under surveillance in the Junkyard District and walked off with it. After comparing this person's image data with that of the Otorofu Support Police, we've determined that it was the Chidi gang's underboss. Although their objectives and motives remain unclear, this provides a link between the Tamiya, the Saninkai, and the Chidi gang. To shed light on those two questions, we will need to get answers from Chidi himself, the top boss of the Chidi gang. Among other things, the gang's underboss should also know where Chidi is hiding. Apprehend the Chidi gang's underboss.
Starting to make sense now. Even though he may have been working on think tanks behind his car garage, the guy wasn't able to work on his own face. I just hope appearances aren't deceiving here.
This gives us a solid link between Chidi's gang and Tamiya.
Even though we see the connection clearly now, their objectives seem murkier than ever. We just can't get a good handle on this. There might be a whole lot of elements that contribute to making these guys suspicious. Take, for instance, what happened at the car garage and at the hotel. But those could be seen as the sort of things that a regular Yakuza group does during the regular course of business. And if that's the case, I don't see a reason for them to try to assassinate Hiruma.
Maybe there's a clue relevant to that right under our noses in the name Saninkai. At any rate, it's evident that this is no simple Yakuza group we're dealing with.
Even now that we know these facts, Chidi's presence is indispensable. Do whatever it takes to capture the underboss and get us some information.
Roger. Chidi! That's far enough! Hold it! Chief, Chiri got away from us. It looks like the other side has a sniper working for them.
I'm having the Authority Support Police assist you. They're going to put all their resources into the search for Chidi. Each of you be prepared to move out on a moment's notice.
Roger.
We've determined Chidi's whereabouts. He is at an underground arena in the Junkyard District where illegal fights are held. Chidi is not only involved in the plot to kill Hiruma, but he is also connected with the virus incidents. To determine what Chidi, who we believe to be the central figure in the Seninkai, is planning, it is necessary to uncover what he is hiding. The area has been surrounded by the Ototofu Support Police. It's possible that he will escape using the sewers that run under the city like tunnels in an anthill. Your orders are to proceed to the scene at once and take Chidi into custody.
I appreciate the help. Thanks. You were the one who saved me, right? It's okay. Don't worry. Everything is working out exactly the way Mr. Sakata and the others were hoping. Relax. Your cargo will be arriving soon. I promise everything's going to be fine. If only we had the ability to control our minds and bodies the way your people can, things would have turned out much differently for us. We wouldn't have suffered like we did. People are fragile creatures. Your people will soon be living examples of how the human race ought to exist. Our enemies are going to be arriving here any moment now. If anything should happen to me, I want you to keep up the fight. Seta. after Shikati for me.
Hey, boss. Section 9 entered the arena as you planned.
All right. We'll utterly crush them here. While I'm buying you some time, go gather together all the forces you can find.
Open the gate!
Gosh, I wonder what this place is used for. The construction and design are kind of similar to the training dome. Let's see how much fun a chitty!
It's no use. The gate won't open from here. You'll have to take out Chiri and open the gate.
Don't worry, leave it to me.
Do you know what you guys remind me of? You're like brothers to Seta.
Seta? Brothers?
In other words, you are beings who are both individual yet part of a whole. That is to say, you are the very symbols that represent the expression and embodiment of our ideals.
Huh? You weren't making any sense. What the heck are you trying to say?
If you are lucky enough to have your memories afterwards, carefully think over what I've said after this is over. Let's go!
I've located the enemy! What's with Bob? I've located the enemy! How do you like that? I've successfully neutralized the target! Yeah!
I told it to take care of her. So you only kill Shibashi Gurus. Good girl.
Oh no! Chitty went and burned out his cyber brain!
Leave the retrieval of Chidi's corpse to us. The rest of you, go after that little girl prosthetic body.
Roger. Tachikoma!
Sorry to keep you waiting!
Kept. Let into the sewers. Come on, let's get her.
Even so, is that really a prosthetic body?
Do you seriously think a little girl like that could lug around an anti-material rifle?
What are you two talking about? We've got one in our own unit, remember?
Really? You actually think of me as a woman? Either way, seeing as how there's a chance that it's a prosthetic body that was constructed in Chiri's shop, we're still left with the question of who gave the girl the orders.
We don't have time to waste on pointless chatter. Get out there and bring her in, now!
Chikari? Oh, I get it. That must be that girl's name. Really? You have a name too? Oh, so you're Seta. I've heard so much about you. Chitty said you were just like our brother, but I'm curious, why aren't you a Tachikoma? And what exactly does Seta mean anyway? Oh, me? I'm a Tachikoma, of course. I have questions first, though. What does Ugochoranke mean? Oh, so that's what it means. Hey, how about Shibashikaru? Oh, now I get it. Wow, this is fun. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we synchronize? What do you say, huh? Huh? Why are you running away?
What are you doing, Tachikoma? Get over here!
Huh? I wonder where it took off to.
I'll leave you!
Wait for me!
She got away, huh?
Further pursuit at this stage is impossible. I'll send a warrant to the support police. Ishikawa, beef up the surveillance on the end system.
Roger.
A black Tachikoma?
That's That's right, I saw it for myself with my own great big beautiful orb.
Ain't possible.
Honest, it's the truth. There's another one of us. Go ahead and run an analysis on any of the Tachikomas if you don't believe me.
So you're saying that this black Tachikoma and the girl model prosthetic body with the anti-material rifle were having those ultra-high frequency conversations you told us about?
Exactly!
Maybe the humidity is messing up its circuits.
Looks like we should send you in for maintenance.
But I'm telling the truth!
We've completed our investigation of Chiri's office in the low-rise district.
Turn up anything?
Just like the offices we checked in the junkyard district, most of the memory devices and disks had been physically destroyed.
But don't forget, that turned out to be a good thing.
I tried running a data dump on one of the memory devices and disks we found in Chibi's office that I thought I could physically reconstruct. They must have blasted it with a submachine gun without running a standard wipe on it first. Fortunately, I was able to recover the entire FAT and some fragmented raw data. One of the items was labeled with the file name Ceremony Parade Route. However, the problem is, because the raw data was so heavily fragmented, I couldn't restore it. I can't be sure if the file name is a best guess construction or if it was information that was leaked from somewhere. But on an up note, I was able to restore one other file name and a little bit of raw data. Chief, you're not going to believe this.
Just get to the point.
The file name is Attention Seninkai Members.
Whoa, seriously?
And the raw data?
I'll read you an excerpt. The rights belong to neither me nor you, and most certainly not to that man. They belong to the state, even assuming that
I think we can assume that it's National Police Agency Security Bureau Administrative Document H88, which vanished from the National Archives 3 months ago.
It's turning out then that this Seninkai really isn't some simple Yakuza group.
The H88 report, which had supposedly disappeared, is leaked to members believed to belong to the Seninkai. Chief, what's your take on this?
After taking into account that a file named Ceremony Parade Route was recorded on the same disk, it's exceedingly obvious that we need to reevaluate this organization known as the Seninkai. Furthermore, it's become imperative that we determine where they obtained these secret documents, not to mention what their true objectives are.
What are they trying to smuggle in? I guess the first order of business is to check out the containers that'll be arriving tomorrow.
That includes the anti-material rifle ammo mentioned in the conversation the Tachikoma overheard.
Ishikawa, you look into the black think tank seen by the Tachikoma, as well as that little girl model prosthetic body.
Roger.
The Seninkai and the H88 report. It would appear that we need to take another more in-depth look at what happened 20 years ago.
Honest, I'm not joking! Our brother was really there! Liar, there are only 9 of us. We don't have any long-lost relatives. You must have a bug. Hey now, we agreed that word was off limits. Calm down, comrades. Let's be civilized here. The first order of business is to synchronize and share our information. Right. Good idea. You'll be surprised. Ooh! Tachikomas, I now understand the difference between Shibashikuru and Kararaku. It would seem that Shibashikuru refers to an evil crow, and Kararaku, properly, Kararaku Kabui, is also a crow, but it refers to a good one. Hey, now hold on a minute there. I learned all that from Seta. No, it was me. That's old data. Okay, know-it-all, what does Seta mean then, huh? hunting dog, doesn't it? So even if we were black, it wouldn't change the fact that we're Tachikomas. For one thing, according to information I procured, there used to be a custom in these parts that in the 6 years it took for a child to grow and develop individuality, it wasn't given a specific name. It was called things like pile of crap or old crap.
Which means that since we were first activated, it's been... Oh, I guess that means we're still considered piles of crap!
A pile of crap, an individual without individuality. Yay, a brand new name!
Crap, crap, crap!
If we're gonna send them back to the lab, should we go ahead and initialize them?
We need those little guys for this mission. Let's wait a while longer and see how things develop. More importantly, isn't the chief done yet?
No, he's still talking with Convey in the command center.
What could JSDA watch want up here? We're supposed to keep an eye on the military.
Are you sure you won't accept my offer? You understand that if any of our secrets are disclosed, it will be considered nothing less than treason against the state.
Remember who you're speaking to. Besides, it means we're in the same boat. Preventing any assassination attempts against Hiruma is the only reason that we're here. If you don't mind my asking, what made you decide to come up to the far north? Just something you felt you had to do?
My reasons don't matter. I have two demands. The first is that you hand over Chidi's body. The other is that you transfer over all investigation authority.
Is that a request from the Chief of Public Security General Affairs Division or from the JSDA Watch Chief?
As Chief of the JSDA Watch.
Are you implying that Chidi had ties to the military?
JSDA Watch isn't the only one who knows he was working with the 27th Division to divert weapons. Military intelligence is aware of this as well.
You mean Kubuta?
I expect you to cooperate and hand over Chidi's corpse, the data you seized, and all investigation records. I have to see to the safety of my operatives, but if any more surveillance targets get killed, there's a risk that our entire observation operation might collapse. Public Security Section 9 will hereby return to its original mission of safeguarding the former cabinet minister, and you will refrain from obstructing our investigation in any way. Have I made myself clear?
Excuse me. And what is the Chief of JSDA Watch doing all the way up here in the far north?
I trust that you'll do as I've asked.
Is he an acquaintance of yours?
Anyone in the upper ranks of the military would immediately know who he is, not the least of whom would be me. It so happened that I served with the 5th Army's 27th Division, which was bounced from post to post in Honshu as a result of him.
So anyway, what can I do for you?
The thing is, Hiruma himself has ordered me to provide a military escort for when he's observing the parade, saying that he can't count on Section 9 or the SAT.
That sounds like something an old man would say.
But I can't possibly meet these unreasonable demands of Hiruma's to send out helicopters or tanks. They're too far removed from security activities. But your Section 9 team has been given the objective of preventing Hiruma's assassination. Would you do this for me?
I understand.
I appreciate it.
Get in here, everyone. We have work to do.
So let me get this straight. What Convey is saying is that the containers Chidi had brought in by the shipping company president are actually weapons diverted from the 27th Division?
If that's true, then there's a possibility that the H-88 report that was sent to the Senninkai and the ceremony parade route map that we discovered on Chidi's desk were leaked from the military.
What has me worried is that Convey went to the trouble of coming to the far north in person.
So, what do you have in mind, Chief? Transfer investigation authority over to Convey?
Given that the threat of an assassination attempt against Hiruma by the Senninkai still exists, this falls into our scope of work. I placed Convey under surveillance. If he makes any moves, we'll be informed. Do everything you can to prevent Hiruma from being assassinated.